So welcome to another video of Insane Football Talks, your home of football reviews. So Barcelona plays their last match of 2021 against Sevilla in the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan, and it is one of the most difficult places to go and play on. But can Barcelona capitalize on a win there? Let's talk about it by getting onto the team news and predicted lineup with the match prediction saved at the last. But getting onto the team news, what do you expect from Barcelona? See, in the previous match, Barcelona faced Elche, and Elche were not that good in La Liga previously, but against Barcelona, they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. What does that mean? Barcelona is shit at defense. It's literally that Barcelona is shit at defense. We saw in the first half Barcelona playing like veterans. We saw that Barcelona were holding the ball well. We saw that Barcelona were pressing well. We saw that spark in Barcelona. But in the second half, we were on the autopilot, and what happened to us considered 2 fucking goals in 2 minutes. How is that possible? You can say various things. It was the mistake of player, it was a mistake, it was a tactical mistake or something, but we saw how shitty our defense is. But in that match we gained some positive. Osman Dembele, as we saw, was phenomenal in that game. Abde was phenomenal. Jutla was phenomenal, and Gavi, as we know, he is phenomenal. So, firstly, talking about Jutla, he will be the person who will be key against Sevilla. We were missing a number 9 for months, and he was a breath of fresh air for us because we didn't saw a person like him, we didn't saw a player like him with this kind of profile making runs for Barcelona in a long period of time. So it was good to see Jutla in that position trying to get the goal, and he got his goal. And I think he will be the player to look out for in this match with Gavi for Barcelona. But Dembele, I think Dembele will be a key player because the left hand side of Sevilla is also a weak side of them because injured players are also hounding Sevilla as well. So we can capitalize on that left side with Dembele, Jutla, and Abde starting as a front three. But we will go on to the Barcelona lineup later. Talking about Dembele, Dembele was everywhere in that match. He was tracking back, he was providing the balls, he was running with the ball. He just, I don't know what to say, but Dembele was phenomenal. Because see, you can see that passes that he provided to Jutla, it was not any other pass, guys. It was the pass that excluded the defense, that eliminated the defense and just got to the player he wanted for. And that shows his quality. He is different, and that's why he is Osman Dembele, and that's why Barca are keen on renewing him. But talking about our defense, what should we do in our defense? What should be our defense? Will it be a back four or a back three? Personally, for me, it would be a back three because Xavi has lost faith in Dest Isim. So I think he will not play in this match. Ter Stegen will start in goal with Longley, PK, and Araujo starting in the centre back pair. But Longley, I think he is the last person I will take in that defense. So Xavi is not blessed with options right now, and that's why he is using Longley. See, in the whole squad of Barcelona, 25 members of Barcelona, we only have one centre back who is left-footed, and that is Longley, and that's why Xavi is playing him. If we had any other options excluding Longley, I think Xavi would have gone for it immediately. But Longley is the only option, so he will start. Going on to the midfield, my left wing back will be Jordi Alba, with the three midfielders being my starter any day: Gavi, Sergio Busquets, and De Jong. I think Nico Gonzalez should play, but I will explain why he's not playing. And on the front three, we will have Abde on the left hand side, Jutla as a number 9, and right hand side will be occupied by Osman Dembele. And going on to the topic, why Nico Gonzalez is not playing. As told in the press conference by Xavi, in La Liga, you can use only 3 players from your B team or from your academy in your first team players if they are not registered for their first team. And this hampers Barcelona's young players' growth because, as you know, Nico Gonzalez, we have seen him, he's phenomenal just like Gavi. But the game time of Nico Gonzalez will be hampered because we need attackers, we need a number 9, and Jutla is providing that, and that's why he is playing in this match. And Nico Gonzalez will come on in at halftime, I think so, and that's why you saw in the previous match Xavi took off Jutla for Nico Gonzalez. It was this reason, it was this shitty reason that forced Xavi to take off Jutla and put on Nico Gonzalez. But what does this mean? What if we put 4 midfielders instead, 4 B players instead of 3? So what happens is when you put 4 midfielders from the B or your academy players, so what happens is they will automatically make you lose 3 points from the match even if you win it. So there is no point of playing four Barca B players, and that's why in simultaneously in one match, and that's why the things needs to be substituted, and Jutla was substituted for Nico Gonzalez. So this was about Barcelona. But going on to Barcelona matches, in the last 5 matches, Barcelona have only won one match and lost 3 matches, drawing one. And that win came against Elche. How can we make things simpler? We are Barcelona. We have to make it difficult. And in against Osasuna, we did the same thing. Against Elche, we did the same thing. And there was no looking back after that. If we win this match against Sevilla, it is difficult. It is not impossible. But if we win this match against Sevilla, we will go on to top 4. See, this match is very important for Barcelona in the perspective of contending for top 4, because right now we are out of top 4, and top 4 should be our first priority. And to get there, we have to beat Sevilla. And Sevilla is not any other opponent to beat on. You will have walk in the park. It's not like that. Sevilla is like in red hot form right now. They are contending for La Liga title, and the only 2 matches they lost in La Liga are against Real Madrid and Granada. You saw against Atletico Madrid how they played. They dominated Atletico Madrid. Yes, Atletico Madrid gives the opposition a chance to dominate, but dominating against Atletico Madrid with such a play, with such a gameplay, it's phenomenal. And against Athletic Bilbao. So, taking into account the last 5 matches, Sevilla have won 4 of them and only one loss. So this one loss was registered in UEFA Champions League against Salzburg. So in La Liga, they are in last 5 matches, they are unbeaten right now, and they are in phenomenal form. Lopetegui's team is having a great momentum with them, but he also has issues at fullback. See, you see Jesus Navas, Gonzalo Montiel, and Marcos Acuna unavailable through injury. But as you saw in Atletico Madrid match, Conde would start at the right back. Then we go on to a centre back pair with Diego Carlos and Karim Rekic, who had a great match against Atletico Madrid as well. Then Ivan Rakitic, who opened the scoring against Atletico Madrid. And on the left back, we'll have Augustinson, who has not played that much of a game time in this season, and this left side can be exposed by Dembele. And as you know, we discussed before that the left side of Sevilla is weaker right now, and we need to capitalize on that left side. And God knows something can happen from there. But going on to the midfield, Rakitic, as you know, opened the scoring against Atletico Madrid with that stunning goal, and he will be a part of defensively solid midfield alongside John Jordan and Fernando. So on the offensive front, Lopetegui can count on the service of Raf Mir, and you know the quality of player he is. And with the other two guys being Ocampos and Papu Gomez, these three is one of the deadliest in La Liga right now. So as you know, Papu Gomez loves to cut in. It's like the Robin of Sevilla. Okay, he's like the Robin of Sevilla. So he loves to cut in, and Lucas Ocampos, as you know, the pace he has, with the ability he has, he can tear up any defense at any given moment. So what we need is to shut down these 3 forwards. See, if we shut down these 3 forwards, it would be very easy. But it's not that easy. It's on paper. We are just speaking around like this. It's not that easy. But what we need is to contain these 3 players from getting a half chance, or also a chance. But it is not possible, as we are Barcelona and we know our defense is shitty. So it will happen. But the last line of defense, Ter Stegen needs to do something. He needs to do something, and probably Sevilla's 11 will be Bruno in goal, who is having a phenomenal season, one of the best in La Liga right now. Conde on the right back, Carlos and Rekic as centre backs, Augustinson as left back, Jordan, Fernando and Rakitic forming the midfield trio, and Ocampos, Mir and Papu forming their forward trio. So, players to look out for in this match would be none other than, you guessed it right, Gavi. First, you saw against Elche a gem of a player, the ability he possesses, the composure he has, and he has all the attributes to become a great. And Gavi will also be an important asset against Sevilla, breaking the lines, and the type of ball he progresses. It will be important for Barcelona to capitalize on the passes he plays, because we are very bad at first touches, or I think keeping the ball. So it's a necessity right now that we can hold on to the ball and do something with that passes. But second player, Conde, and as you know, he is a defender, a right back with the pace and the ability of a winger. You know that you know the goal he scored against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey last season. What a goal it was, dribbling past two to three defenders. And if he comes up against Langley, God knows what will happen. And I don't think he will be able to contain him. So I think it would be a tough job for Barcelona defense to contain Sevilla's attack, and they are in a good momentum right now. They are scoring goals. They are scoring wonderful goals, and to stop them, you need a certain amount of confidence. And talking about confidence, we'll talk about history. So, Sevilla have not defeated Barcelona in La Liga since 2015. So, there is a mental block in Sevilla. There is a mental conflict going on in Sevilla's mind that we have to beat Barcelona because we have not beaten them since 2015. And Barcelona, on the other hand, have beaten Sevilla. See, first we'll go into a key stats. What are the key stats? And then, according to that, we'll give a prediction. So, ahead of the clash, Barcelona have gone 6 games without a clean sheet, and it's a very horrific stat to have, but it is what it is. And Sevilla have not won against, as I told you, against Barcelona since 2015. So Barcelona have won 6 out of the last 10 games against Sevilla, and Lopetegui has just won out of 7 games against Barcelona. So Barcelona has a mental supremacy here, but the prediction will be the game. See, the game will be an end-to-end affair. Xavi will surely pull up a few tricks, outsmart Lopetegui, and it will be a best chance also for Xavi to capitalize on a win and get onto a top 4 position. So for my prediction, being practical and being realistic, I think Sevilla will win this match, and I know I will get a lot of hate for this, but it is what it is, and this is my prediction. This was the review, guys. This was a preview, guys. And how was the preview? Do let me know down in the comments below what are your predictions, and we'll meet in the next video. And until the next video, goodbye, take care, peace out, and Vizca El Barça.